And so there have been no occasions when your security detail had difficulty waking or locating you. Is that right?
Nope, it's a total farce. I don't even know where you get this stuff, but it doesn't make it credible because you say so.
I'm not saying it, Director Patel. It's been written and documented.
You are literally saying it.
No, I'm saying that these are reports, Director Patel.
No,
and
unlike your baseless reports,
Director
the only person
Patel,
that was slinging margaritas in El Salvador on the taxpayer dollar with a convicted gangbanging rapist was you.
You know, the
only person that ran up a $7,000 bar tab in Washington, D.C. at the lobby bar was you. So the only individual in this room that has been drinking on taxpayer dime during the day is you.
Director Patel, come on.
When someone like Kash Patel sees themselves losing in the court of public opinion, they only know one move, and that is to attack.
These are serious allegations that were made against you.
The allegations are false.
Filed.
You drinking margaritas with a gangbanger is true and on video.
It just goes to show you
running a $7,000 bar tab at the lobby bar has been filed by your own office.
This goes to show
drink during the day. That's you. This is the ultimate example of hypocrisy.
Mr. Chairman,
I will not be tarnished by baseless allegations and fraudulent statements from the media.
The fact that you mentioned that indicates you don't know what you are talking about.
Let's pause here. Remember how the Trump administration just completely lied? Kilmar Garcia. Remember his name? You should.
I just landed at the airport in San Salvador a little while ago. I'm now en route into the city. Looking forward to meeting with the team from the American Embassy.
Maryland Senator Chris Van Hollen says he has met with Kilmar Garcia in El Salvador. Van Hollen pushed for the meeting after much speculation about Abrego Garcia's well-being. Senator says this case is much bigger than one man's story.
We need to make sure that the court system works and due process works, because if you take it away for any individual, it's a very short road to taking it away for every American.
This is what Kash Patel, the leader of the FBI, is leaning into.
And this moment from President Trump's ABC interview is raising eyebrows today.
He had MS-13 on his knuckles.
He insists that deported immigrant Kilmar Abrego Garcia has MS-13 tattooed on his knuckles.
Hey, Terry.
He did not have the letter MS-13.
It says MS-13.
That was Photoshopped. That
was Photoshopped. Terry, you can't do that.
They're talking about this image Trump posted on social media. It's a photo created by the Trump administration to bolster their case that Abrego Garcia is a member of the notorious gang. The faded tattoos on his knuckles show a marijuana plant, smiley face, crucifix, and skull. But MS-13 was pretty obviously photoshopped.
It bears repeating Abrego Garcia had not been convicted of any crimes before the U.S. mistakenly deported the Salvadoran man to the brutal Secot prison. And he and his family continue to deny human smuggling accusations and any involvement in MS-13.
Now, back to the hearing.
Are you willing to take the test, it's called the audit test, that members of our active duty military and others take to determine whether they have a drinking problem?
I'll take any test you're willing to take.
I will take it, Director Patel. I'll take it. You ready to take it?
Let's go.
Yes or no?
Let's go. Side by side.
I'll take it. The fact that you're so... Have you ordered polygraph tests of members of your team to determine how that story came about?
The FBI conducts polygraph tests all the time.
No, have you ordered polygraph tests for members of your team to determine who was the source of the stories that I'm asking you about?
I don't order any polygraph tests. There's an internal inspection review process for any and all leaks, especially of baseless information at the FBI, that's been in place for the last 30 years. Those processes are followed by career intelligence and agents on the ground.
So I'll take that as a yes, since you said that these were unauthorized disclosures.
Patel has agreed to take a test on his drinking, and if there is indeed a problem, will he follow through? To be determined. This stems from a story that broke about a week and a half ago. The opening line from Carol Leonig and Ken Delanian would read, FBI Director Kash Patel ordered the polygraphing of more than 24 former and current members of his security detail, as well as other staff, and has been described as being in panic mode to save his job and find leakers among his team, according to 2 people briefed on the development.
Do you know, Mr. Director, that it is a crime to lie to Congress? Do you know that?
I do not lie to Congress.
I didn't ask you that.
And you're insinuating that I am because
I asked you whether you know.
You want to correct your time in this session where you got steamrolled by the facts so you can have a Twitter narrative so you can go raise more money and spend more money on $7,000 bar tabs.
Just let the record
I'm not
show,
going to give
Mr.
it
Chairman.
to you.
The Director of the FBI apparently does not want to answer the question about whether or not it's a crime to lie to Congress, and I find that extremely troubling.
I find it troubling that you lie to the American people every day.
You are a disgrace.
On the drinking, we seem to have a lot of admissions in video form because Kash Patel was a bit of a talker, and he went on plenty of podcasts, almost gloating of his drinking habits.
Sunday nights would roll around and the president would try to find me. I'd be like, sir, I am on call every day, including Sundays, except the very late evening where Sundays are for God, hockey, and beer, not in that order. And I will resurface back on very early Monday morning. It turned into Flannel Fridays because I was having this beer and I was wearing a flannel shirt. And now it's this massive thing online. I'm going to be on the sheet playing in the beer league, having a PBR, and then I'll return your phone call. Obviously, I'm kidding, but it was funny. We had this tradition every night where he would call it a final. So we'd have dinner and then we'd go somewhere and have like a final drink. Everybody should have a beer or 3. It's gonna be pretty lit. I might have some special apparel.
We're gonna throw down. There's gonna be bourbon. There's gonna be sparklers.
We ended up in northern Italy, and we were slamming Negronis at our last night. And I was like, Devin, I need a subpoena. I went to Devin, and I told him that in the morning. He goes, dude, if you're gonna start drinking at 9 a.m., get out of my office. Can I be the first one to say that if I ever go before Senate confirmation, they're going to call me an alcoholic?
This is also very important, so listen in. Instead of, say, owning up to it or choosing another avenue, the FBI is investigating journalists to try and uncover their sources. The FBI has launched a criminal leak investigation focusing on an Atlantic magazine journalist who wrote a deeply unflattering account last month of Director Kash Patel's work habits. 2 people familiar with the matter told MS Now. It continues, the sources said the so-called insider threat investigation is highly unusual because it did not stem from a disclosure of classified information and because it is focused on leaks to a reporter. The agents involved are part of an insider threats unit based in Huntsville, Alabama, the sources added. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports. And or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.